Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avadon 2. Last episode we did a bit of exploring through the Fortress of Avadon itself, and we're told we need to go and find a Tinker Mage, I believe the term was, who is located out in here and we'll probably find almost immediately. So let's go do just that. And I was right, there's Alcander. There's a middle-aged man in this huge storeroom, walking around with a clipboard and taking an inventory of the supplies. Oddly, he has no servant. He is clearly a Daramite, and he wears the tool belt of a Tinker Mage. When you approach, he turns to face you. You see the insignia of a hand on his shoulder. Ah, the fellow hand! Come to join me in the pits. To what do I owe this honor? I'm looking for someone named Alcander. Well, you have found him. Alcander the pathetic, the annoying, who is only suitable to count bricks and bales of hay. What do you want, fresh fruit? He jerks his thumb to the south. I think a few boxes are that way. You seem angry. Of course I am. Pulled from my home, conscripted, helping my family to obtain influence, wealth, the benefits of my inventions, yanked here without recourse for a life sentence in this dungeon. Yes, I am vexed. Helping your family is important to you? Oh, there's nothing more important. It was all robbed from me and mine with a single word from Redbeard. So why are you in the storeroom? Punishment. They won't let me touch a device, work a tool, until I promise to smile and obey and be a good little slave. I'd rather die! Hear that, Protus? Then he gives you a smile. An improvement, if obviously fake and unreassuring. Of course, if a hand took me from here for a mission, I wouldn't mind the variety. You aren't worried about punishment? Punish me! Rot out my brain in the dungeons like poor pathetic Kalita. I won't give in. A mission? Yes, you're the new hand, right? Farron? Doing the pack's good work in the contested lands. Lots of chances for wealth and influence out there. I would be happy to fight by your side, for my fair share. You're after wealth and influence. Of course! All hands are, whether they admit it or not. Only advantage of being a hand. Take advantage of it or you're a fool. Take me and treat me fair, and I will serve you well. I'm very skilled. If I wasn't, they wouldn't have conscripted me. I'll consider taking you. Alcander nods. Wise. You don't need to like me. I don't care if you like me. I'm skilled and powerful and honest. I'll annoy you, but I'll keep you alive. Anything else you want to know? Alcander can now travel with you when you leave Avadon. Tinker Mages have a variety of powerful spells, and they can create turrets that damage your foes and heal or bless your allies. Interesting. That's something I'll investigate. Alcander continues to work in the storerooms. He mutters angrily to himself and insults everyone within earshot, but he is not foolhardy enough to refuse to do his job. The punishment for ignoring orders is harsh. What else do you want, Farron? You're interrupting my great work. Tell me about your life before Avadon. What? A life before Avadon? Unthinkable! I have forgotten everything, like crazy Kalita. Would that it would be so. I'll tell you all I can stand to say. My family is a rich merchant clan in northern Durham, wealthy, respected, full of skilled tinker mages creating valuable merchandise, and I was the most skilled. You sound like you're boasting. Do I? Think about this. My family contains 10 of the finest tinker mages in all of Durham, but only I was conscripted by Avadon. They are all good. I was the best. How wealthy are you? Quite comfortable, and yet not wealthy enough to elevate us to the power strata of Durham society. I had a dream of changing that, and of course Redbeard crushed that dream. And then you were conscripted. Yes, curse the day rumors of my skill found the ear of some hand or eye. They passed word along, papers were signed, and I was pulled here. You know something? I used to be pleasant. I even smiled occasionally. Avadon killed that, but they cannot kill my dreams entirely. What are your dreams? To find a way to help my family. If I can't use my status as hand to gain wealth or power, what good is it? Huh. Okay then, how goes your work? Splendidly! Why, the other day I found a carton of fresh eggs. It had been misplaced. Can you imagine? Truly my talents are being put to good use here. Are you still angry? Of course I am. As long as I am held here against my will, a conscript, I will be bitter. You should be the same. You're so unhappy, why don't you run away? Desert my post? Hens only leave their post feet first. Sure, I could get away, but I doubt I'd live through a week. Okay then. That's all for now, thanks. Okay! Let's see. We have tool use. Okay, that's definitely something we're going to put all on. Blade training makes your melee attacks better. Level 3, squirt acid on a foe. Level 6, blade lash. Powerful attack that knocks your opponent off balance, slowing and ensnaring. Let's see. Charge turrets. Heals and blesses all of your existing turrets. Interesting. Build Bolt Flinger. Constructs a Bolt Flinger turret in a nearby location. It will shoot enemies. Level 3, turrets can also occasionally spray layers. Level 6, build Razor Flinger. Constructs a Razor Flinger. Interesting. Higher than that is a Snare Turret, which damages and snares foes. Level 3 also will do more, occasionally does more damage and weakens. Level 6, Temporal Pylon. A temporal pylon that damages and slows your foes. Interesting. Next turret is a Blessing Pylon. A Blessing Pylon, when a foe comes close to it, it blesses nearby allies and sometimes helps their abilities to recharge faster. Ooh. Higher the skill, higher level. Level 3 occasionally also hastes. Level 6 is a Healing Pylon. And here we have a Freezing Turret, which sprays cones of ice on nearby foes. Level 3 sprays ice in all directions. Level 6 Inferno Turret, which cones of intense fire. Okay, what's the middle area? Bladecraft. Each level makes your melee attacks 1% more likely to hit and do 5% more damage. Level 3, each additional level makes your missile attacks do missile attacks, okay, do 1% more likely to hit and 5% more damage. Level 7, improvements to your wrist flinger add a 10% level per chance of riposting. Wrist flinger. Interesting. Armorcraft. Superior crafted armor gives 4%. Okay, that's basic protection improvements. And turret craft. Each point of this skill increases the level of your turrets by 1. Level 3, they gain War Chant. Level 7, they gain a Haste. Wrist Flinger Training makes your Razor Disc attacks more likely to hit and do more damage. Level 3, bonus chance of ensnaring. Level 6, Charged Shot, fires a discharge of magical energy, does extra damage, and sprays a powerful caustic agent on all foes near the target. That's impressive. Yank Shot, fires a vicious hook that damages the target and pulls closer to you. Level 3, a 75% chance of stunning it. Very impressive. Level 6, Net Shot, fires a fine hooked net from your wrist flinger, damages and temporarily immobilizes a target. Useful. Shrapnel Grenade, flings a lethal grenade that damages everyone near the target with razors. Level 3, good chance of causing critical damage. Level 6, a lethal grenade that damages everyone near it and coats them with caustic substance. Huh. This is very interesting. And you know, I kind of want to build him as a support character. I want to see these turrets. They sound very interesting and very helpful. He does sound like a very good support character, like the Shaman. Yeah. I may not have as much fun bringing a Shaman and him together, because it will be double support, but still. We don't really have magical attacks, so intelligence may not be that useful. Ah! This skill makes special Tinker Mage attacks more effective, so dexterity. So, it's dexterity and the like. Okay, and I'm going to put a point in utility specialization. More tool use. Bit of that. Bit of that. Point in there. Point in there. That'll build the snare turret. We'll need the wrist flinger training, because he's going to do that. And we got one more point for... Actually, it'll have it already there. So, 1 point there and 1 point there. And his turrets are going to be very impressive. Sure, we'll give that a try. We'll need to find some way to get him a wrist flinger. Or whatever it is. He has a wrist flinger. You know what I mean. Okay. Well, let's explore around this region now. That goes into the main hall. The main entry hall, I mean. What do we got in here? Ah, lockpicks and a potion. Okay. 4 lockpicks? Nah, I don't need that now. 6 lockpicks? Nah, I don't need that now. I don't need to use all these lockpicks right now. Okay. God. Animal skin can be sold. There's a turret. Okay, it's the same thing with Nicodemus. There will be no problems. Yeah, right. Sure, I believe that entirely. 2 dungeons. Okay. Yeah, we can't even go in there right now. Okay, let's see what's in the main hall, then. It'll be interesting. I'm gonna have to bring the Tinker Mage at some point. Maybe not on the next mission, but we'll see. In memory of Talera of the Kava, first keeper of Avadon, Farron, she died for you. You read it again. There it is. Your name appears to be carved into the stone. What an ostentatious bit of magic. Exactly the sort of thing you expected to find in Avadon. Okay. Hart Callan. A middle-aged woman crosses the courtyard back and forth, shouting orders to the soldiers and workers. As hands enter and leave, she grabs them and gives them extra jobs to do. She wears a well-worn bow over her shoulder, and the heart pattern on the shoulder of her armor shows her to have considerable authority. She inspects you as you approach. The new hand. Your name was... don't tell me. Farron? Another hand to throw in the face of our enemies. I am Hart Callan, honored advisor to Redbeard. What can you tell me about yourself? I can if I must. I prefer to forget all I can about my life before I came here. Not because I hated that life, because I now only focus on restoring Avadon to its proper glory. Is there anything you can tell me? Yes, I think I can, because there's a lesson a young hand can learn from it. I was raised in the wild, free lands of the Wildrealm to the west. I was part of a proud tribe that has long fought the corruption for the good of the Pact. But that is not enough for me. I was the finest teacher in our tribe. I decided to put my skills to use here, serving Redbeard. What is the corruption? A blasted land of crags, peaks, and monstrosities. A lesson to all why it is important for Avadon to bring mad wizards to heal as quickly as possible. Fortunately, it's not much of a bother. The occasional horror slithers out and we fill it with arrows. Nothing we cannot defeat. Yet. So you were a warrior of the Wildrealm? No, I am not of the Wildrealm any more than you are of the land you came from. We are of Avadon now. This is a vital lesson. Why did you leave your homeland? I miss the fields and woods, I suppose, but the simple truth is this. Unlike most of my people, I have developed a taste for cities. Love them, in fact. Tell me more about Redbeard. Everyone fears him. It is terribly unjust. None do more or fight more fiercely to help the people of the Pact sleep securely in our beds. I have nothing to fear from him. You know why? Because I am loyal. I fight for right, and he knows that. I've been a loyal partner to him. A partner? A lesser partner, yes. I even used to have a nickname. I was one of Redbeard's 3 wives. His wife? Really? No. Lyra, and Hart Miranda were called his wives because we worked them so closely for so long. Miranda betrayed us. Lyra died in the assault caused by that betrayal. Our marriage ended just as badly as many marriages outside Avadon. Is Redbeard actually married? Nobody knows. Who knows what he does or where he travels when he disappears from his tower? Perhaps he has a partner somewhere in Linnaeus, a home, children, all ignorant of who he really is. It is a mystery. I never asked because I know he would not answer. Hart Callan continues to tirelessly roam the halls of Avadon, looking for anyone who seems the least bit idle and putting them to work. What is it, Farron? Do you have information for me? What do you do in Avadon? I am a Hart. I advise Redbeard on how best to defend the Pact. From day to day, my job is trying to restore Avadon to greatness. It has become... You're a young hand, and I choose to wait until you have proved yourself a bit before I confide in you. Can you tell me about yourself? I can... Oh wait, we already asked that. Never mind. Okay... And... Is there anything I can do for the good of Avadon? Many things, perhaps. Someday, if you want to help with our defenses, go west and speak with Ilaria. The politics I deal with personally require great care. When you have more experience, I might be able to use your aid. Also, I'm always looking for information. You want me to give you information? I do. From time to time, you might find that someone you meet might, without thinking, stumble in behavior that threatens the Pact. Why, even your fellow hands might suffer such minor errors of judgment. When this happens, please keep me informed. You will be paid for your time, and it will give me the chance to step in and speak with the unfortunate before anything worse happens. You want me to spy on my fellow hands for you? Spy? No, monitor them. Inform me of any behaviors or attitudes you think would damage Avadon. I'll learn what I can. I can ask no more than that. I have some information. You immediately have Hard Callan's full attention. Really? You have information about someone? Please tell me. Be assured I will only act for the good of Avadon and the Pact. I want to talk about Polis. Callan makes a sour face. This is the first I've heard of this. He has served Avadon's hands, eyes, and hearts for forever. Why don't you trust him? I don't not trust him. So he's from the Tawan Empire and it's probably something she'd probably just look at me and go, seriously? He's been with us for so long. We know him. We know he's from the Tawan Empire. Why are you talking about this? Shut up and go away. Okay. This is the main entry courtyard, it looks like. With the main gate over there that we're never going to go out, I imagine. And here is Ilaria. This is the grand entry courtyard of Avadon. Once a sprawling garden, half of it is now given over to the storage and maintenance of catapults, here to defend the Black Fortress in case of attack. One exhausted eye, wearing the equipment of a tinker mage, is in command. She guides the guards and workers who are tending to the defenses. As usual, the resources and manpower are entirely inadequate for the task at hand. She walks over to greet you. Stifling a yawn, she says, I am Ilaria of Darim. She waves at all the equipment that surrounds her. You can say, tell me about our defenses. Oh, I can't say everything. Part of the new system is making sure no one servant of Avadon knows everything. There are a lot of defenses. Magical traps, turrets, soldiers, catapults. Redbeard has been pretty thorough. At least that's what he says. Nobody knows everything. Nobody but Redbeard, of course. That way one traitor's heart can't get most of us killed. It's been a full 2 years since an attack devastated our fortress, so the system works. Have you seen all of these defenses? No, but Redbeard says they exist. I've heard that he said that, which is as close to the truth as I need. Or I'm allowed to hear. What are the catapults for? From the ground, Avadon is reached by one long, narrow bridge. The catapults are all aimed at various points along it to shower any attackers with death. You think Avadon will be attacked along that route? It's the only route we haven't been attacked by, so we're due. Ilaria sits on a pile of catapult shot and takes a drink of water. Phew, lots to do. Turrets maintained, conscripts to find. Nice to take a rest. Why isn't I doing all this? Because I was available. Because I am a tinker mage. I should be making devices to spy and gather information, but Redbeard says my skills are better used for, all this mess. At least he still realizes that tinker mages are the true experts at what we do. Someone believes otherwise. Ilaria indulges in a long, heartfelt sigh. It feels good, so she lets out another. Craftmaster Nicodemus, whatever his skills, thinks that we are clumsy and unskilled. He's been trying to prove that he can do whatever we do, and better. As a result, the library tower is already unusable. Who knows what other harm he will inflict before he regains his sanity. You think he can regain his sanity? Assuming he ever had it. I am an optimist at heart. I suppose. What exactly do you maintain? The catapults and turrets at the front gate, and that is all. I could do a lot more, but I would need conscripts. She gives you what she incorrectly believes to be a winning smile. Actually, I've been trying to get someone to trawl the dungeons for volunteers to help me with my stuff. Nothing would please me more than helping you. I would be ecstatic. I'm so pleased. It is a simple task. The stairs down to the dungeons are in the south. Go down there and ask for volunteers to come up and help me. You're sure to find a few prisoners desperate enough to say yes. Talk to Imamora to get access to the cells. He's not far from the dungeon entrance. Actually, the dungeon gates might be closed right now. Why don't you talk to Art Protus and get some direction, and I'll see if I can get them open. I'll do what I can. No worries. A little help would be fine, although help from the dungeons. Hopefully it wouldn't end up being anything terrible. Okay, what have we got in here? This is the glorious dining hall of Avadon, where hands, guards, and envoys can stop at any hour of the day to bolt down a quick meal before returning to their work. You do recognize Yannick and Kalita sitting at two of the tables. Different tables. Since they spend so much time traveling together, they must like to spend their leisure time apart. I imagine. We'll look downstairs later. Okay, Yannick, let's speak with you. Yannick the sorcerer sits at a long table surrounded by his research. He spends all of his spare time here continuing his research on lost cultures. His books and notes show the stains of many minor food and drink spills. Yannick is ever able to set his work aside when you are near. He makes pleasant conversation with you. Tell me about your work. When I am not serving Avadon, I continue my research, my life's work. I study the many lost civilizations of Linnaeus. I want to understand their history, their customs, what caused their destruction, and most importantly, their magic. I stopped being able to focus on this work when Avadon conscripted me, but I am still allowed it in my spare time. You're conscripted? Yes, much as you were. I prefer not to discuss it. It keeps me from being bitter. Have you achieved anything? Oh, yes. Despite the hard work and the danger, there is much to learn. What I lost in freedom, I gained in travel, and in access to Avadon's libraries. I have another question. Okay, learned any new magic lately? Yes, from Avadon's trainers, from Avadon's libraries. From my work, no. It has been fascinating, but not in a practical way. Have we found anything interesting in our travels? Nothing yet, only trivia. But now that I am traveling with you, I am optimistic. I think I will find something fascinating very soon. Here's to hoping. Alright, now, Avadon's servants. And there's Kalita. Hold on. Lockpick and a lantern. You meet Kalita. She likes to rest at this table in Avadon's main dining hall, where she cleans and sharpens her blades and eats every meal they will give her. Even though she is off duty, she wears her full armor and her weapons are all close at hand. When she sees you, she rises, a broad smile on her face. Farron, it's good to see you. This is where I am usually found when I am in... Her voice trails off. Her occasional feuds are now familiar to you. Avadon. Come, join me. What do you do while you are in Avadon? I prepare, I train, I keep alert. I wait for someone to choose me for a mission. Sometimes I wait a long time. Why do you have to wait for so long? Because of my pauses. It worries some, even though I have never had one while in actual battle. Some are afraid that there will be a first time. I'm glad to have your blade at my side. She smiles and salutes you with her blade. That is good to hear. You are in full armor. I am. It is the way of blade masters of the Kava. We are always alert, as an attack can come at any moment. We treat our armor just as a second skin, even though there are... drawbacks. Drawbacks? Without constant washing, the odor can be an issue. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Okay. Kalita sits at the table and cleans her weapons. She frequently greets the other hands and eyes and trades tales from the road. The pauses in her speech are far more frequent when she is inside the Black Fortress, but everyone seems to be used to it. How is the food? Excellent and plentiful. It's amazing how much you need to eat when you wear plate armor 8 hours a day. I suppose. As well as drink, considering you probably sweat a hell of a lot in there. Isn't that stuff hot? Especially the Kava, which is kind of a desert. Good God almighty! Imagine the kind of discipline you need to wear full plate armor constantly in the desert. Jesus. Tell me about how you came to Avadon. The question immediately causes her to tune out. Her eyes grow unfocused. Her speech ceases. Then, 10 seconds later, she resumes chatting with you as if nothing happened. I'm curious about those pauses in your speech. She looks away. I'm sorry, Farron, I do not wish to discuss it. All I will say is that I have never had one in battle. You can trust my blade, I will not let you down. Good day to you. And to you, Farron, don't forget me next time you leave the Black Fortress. Of course. We will definitely keep you in mind. Okay. Still more servants. There's the kitchen. And the other stairs down. Again, we'll go down there later. But let's explore up in here, the gardens. See what's up in here, if anything. Ah, Yoshiria. This is one of Avadon's gardens, kept warm and protected from the icy winds outside by the magic of the Black Fortress. The Shadow Walker Yoshiria is slowly walking over the grass, lost in concentration. When you are close, Yoshiria gives you her polite attention. She watches you silently, waiting to see what you want. I'd like to know more about you. She nods. That is fair. I was forced to leave Hochlandia. I needed a place to serve. I did not want to be a mercenary. Avadon was the only option. Why were you forced to leave? I choose not to discuss it, not yet. I would not say until I am forced. No offense. Do you still have family there? I do. I have been told they are well. How did you become a Shadow Walker? A combination of ambition and skill. Are many women trained as Shadow Walkers? Not until very recently. The men kept us out, not wanting the competition. We persisted until they could no longer refuse. When you are close, Yoshiria gives you her polite attention. She watches you silently, waiting to see what you want. You're very quiet. Yes, that is why I walk here. You like to walk quietly. I am practicing my stealth, walking over grass and twigs without sound. Silence like mine only comes with great effort. Wait. She smiles. Do not think all Shadow Walkers or Hoglandians are as quiet as me. Some are quite loud, in fact. Loud Shadow Walkers. Oh, we are all quiet in the field, of course, but when off duty, we can drink and shout with the best. What about you? I speak when I have something to say. Do not worry on my behalf. Some dismiss me once. I make sure they do not do it twice. I'd like to talk about Avadon. There is a long, awkward pause. My opinions can be unpopular. I have learned not to share them to those I have just met. I mean no offense. Understood. So let me see. Kava, Hulklandia, Kelimdariel, Wildrealm, and Darum. We got a member from all of them. From all 5 parts. Which is interesting, because we never had someone from Darum before. Okay, that I think is about all we can really explore. Yeah, that's about it. Oh. Yeah, there's some ruins in there, it seems. Okay. Well, the only other place to explore is underneath, but we'll do that after we actually report in again, as we should do. I'll do that, and that'll probably be the end of this episode, and next episode we'll finish exploring throughout this place. Yes, he'll probably give us more quests and more things to do. Probably more things to do in here. Actually, now that I think about it, there's probably things we need to grab in here, too. I may as well grab things out of here. Yep. Yeah, you. Leather gloves. Cloak and tunic, we don't need to deal with. Oh, wait, you don't have a cloak. Well, now you do. There was nothing in my quarters. There were some things in here, I think. Let's see. I think in here, actually. Yeah, it's a cloak and a leather cap. I can wear the leather cap. Okay, then. And now to here. Wait, no, that's my quarters. It's over here that we need to go to. My bad. Let's find out what our next thing to do is. Alright, Hard Protus. I have met Alcander. Excellent. Now all you need are supplies, and I can tell you where to go to get them. Then you can go back to the contested lands. What else do I need to do before I can return to the contested lands? All that remains is to send you to the quartermaster, Smith Dumond. He will help you to get supplies for your journey. In addition, I want him to provide you with your first scarab. He makes a note on your map. The quartermaster is in the smithy south of your quarters. He will give me supplies. No, Redbeard's orders are that all equipment beyond the most basic must be rationed. However, if you provide Avadon with resources, Smith Dumond can make sure that you gain something in return. Scarabs? Powerful magic that we of Avadon hold all to ourselves. He bears a small part of his chest. You see a gold jeweled scarab there. Its legs are embedded in its flesh. Disturbing, perhaps, but with great benefit. You know what, sure, it's really right here. We can get in there fairly quickly, I think. And it's a little bit of extra time, but it's fine. It's no big deal. Come on. There you are. Alright, Smith Dumond. Hard Protus sent me to see you. Of course he did. I'm the quartermaster, whether I want to be or not. I can trade with you, of course, but I suspect he wants me to tell you about scarabs. He probably wants me to give you a scarab. I only have one at the moment, but you're welcome to it. Trade with me. I'm a Hand of Avadon. True, but that doesn't mean you get handouts. Even before things grew difficult for us, hands were meant to justify their keep by bringing supplies and materials back to the keep. A scarab? Yes, a scarab. He removes a piece of jewelry from a pouch. It is indeed a small metal scarab on a thin chain. Its 6 legs end in needle points. This is Avadon magic. Powerful. Only we can use it. Its legs look sharp. Of course. You wear it under your armor. The legs dig in and the magic goes deep within your beings. Don't wince. Many in the far lands would kill for the power they bring. What sort of power do they give? Oh, they can make you stronger or faster. They can give you magical powers. Scarabs will sustain you no matter how far you get from Avadon or how many foes attack you. I should know. I've made many of them. I'll take the scarab. He hands it to you reverently. There it is. When you wear it, it grabs on. Nobody can steal it. However, you can only take it off and put it on in the safety of Avadon. Anywhere else, it won't let itself be stolen. And a warning, don't wear too many. You need to be strong to withstand their power. They give, but they also take. You can return to Protus now. Yada 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 instructions. Like to trade with you? Alright, I think I have sorted through everything enough to trade properly. I have arms and weapons, supplies, and scarabs. Well, we have a few things to sell. True side scarab, we're definitely keeping. Sell, sell, sell. And sell everything in the bag. Bam. Okay, we'll put the scarab on a bit. What arms and armor do you have? Well, you got iron razor disc. Actually, that would be useful for some of us. Probably worth it to buy. Okay, all sorts of stuff there. Yeah, it's probably definitely worth it to buy, I think, since I want him to be a support guy. Yeah, buy one iron razor disc. That'll work. Supplies. Our basic supplies and the like. I mean, I suppose it's nothing special. And scarabs. Life symbol. Heal self, searing, cone of fire, frost-rhymed cone of ice, pulsating, earth shatter. Okay, I don't need anything else. Like to know more about you. You would! He absent-mindedly scratches the back of his right hand, where you saw the T brand earlier. I hear you've been fighting near the Kava. I suppose I can give a few words in defense of my people. I'm from the Kava. I came here to use my skills to serve the Pact. It's a great honor that Redbeard took us in. Were you here when Avadon was assaulted? I was. I survived by hiding in the dungeons. The jailers and I had to fight to survive, but only a few of the attackers went down there. None of them survived the escape. Tell me about the Kava. Oh, it's a harsh land, but beautiful. Your time there may have given you a bad impression. Do not let its roughness distract you. There's much beauty there. My family is there, and I'm glad for them. Tell me about them. I'd rather not. Suffice it to say that they are well, growing, moving on. What do you think of the contested lands? Nothing. Redbeard has told us very clearly that Avadon must not take sides in that dispute, even if Kava's citizens had occupied those lands for many years before the Black Age. How'd you get that T brand? His back stiffens. I would not discuss it, and were I you, I would learn to be a little more polite when dealing with those in Avadon. Can't afford to make enemies. I need nothing else. Then we must return to work. Someone could attack Avadon at any point, and I will be ready when they do. Of course. Now then, I will give this to you, and the True Sight Scarab to me. Okay, so you take that. You're gonna need it. Okay, and yeah, I guess this episode will go a couple minutes longer. Let's report in and find out what our mission is actually going to be. And then we'll actually explore what's left of this place. Alright, Hard Protus, I've been to the Quartermaster. And received a scarab, yes? Good. Scarabs are rare and precious, but if you do a few judicious favors for people in Avadon, you might be able to obtain more. At last I can tell you your mission. What is my mission in the contested lands? Redbeard has surprised us all by deciding to act quickly and decisively. We need to take the fight to the Wildrim rebels. Their assaults, as best we can tell, are disorganized. This gives us a chance to find an opening and do real damage to them. First, however, we need knowledge. We know too little about who they are or where they are hiding. We have spoken to Commander Odil of Rockridge Keep. He has found the location of an abandoned rebel lair. We want a Hand of Avadon to be the first person to explore it. Why is it a surprise that Redbeard is acting quickly? I'm sorry, I obviously misspoke. I would not say anything that criticizes the Honored Keeper of Avadon. So what exactly should I do? Here's the portal you arrived at, and return to Rockridge Keep. Report to Commander Odil. He will tell you where the abandoned hideout is. Go there, learn what you can, and report your knowledge to Commander Odil. Then return to me. So I follow Commander Odil's orders. No! You are a Hand of Avadon now. You report to us, Handvar's Council, and nobody else. Commander Odil is well known for his lack of respect for Avadon. Tolerate no insolence. Hanvar's Council. Council that rules a pact occupied by representatives of the 5 pact nations. Avadon answers only to them, as confused and ineffectual as they are. And if Commander Odil doesn't obey me? You'll have to do the best you can. Odil has many friends and much influence. Avadon will deal with him in time when we have regained our strength. Alright, that's all I need. Then I wish you good hunting. Protus returns to his daunting pile of undone work. Alright, now we have our quest. And Kalita leveled up. Point in endurance, and what are we going to improve? Well, you know what? Put a point in blade sweep so that we actually have it. I think that's worth it. Okay, I am not going to work on getting her anything there, but we'll work on these other things. Path of the Berserker 3 will be impressive. I can actually get that pretty quickly. 2 levels and I get it. I'll have to try and work on that. Yeah. I think that's what I'll do with the next 2 levels. And I'll also work on Path of the Shield. I'll work on all these things. I'll get everything better. Don't you worry. But for now, this is the end of this episode. Next episode, we are going to explore through the rest of Avadon. Into the guest quarters and the cellars. Take a look in the, at the tower up there, the trial hall, and down in the dungeons. This might actually take a couple episodes. That'll be in the next episode. So until then, I'm Chester44, that is Baron. This has been an Avadon 2 Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.